This is Chris with your lower abs revealed recovery routine. The purpose of our recovery routine is to alleviate soreness and to ensure that our exercises and our workout days are hitting the right muscles. Oftentimes we get kind of tight in these areas, so we really want to make sure that everything is nice and aligned and flexible. For this workout, you're going to need a foam roller and a tennis ball. The foam roller you can buy really at any major sporting goods store, or certainly find online. So the first area that we're going to foam roll is the side in front of our legs. Okay, what I'm going to do is just extend one leg out. I'm going to start the foam roll at the base of my hip here. I'm going to roll from the base of my hip down to my kneecap. Right? What I want to try to do is just move slowly over this area, really get into the areas of tightness. And when I find an area in particular that hurts or that is kind of tight, what I want to do is just kind of press down into that area and rotate side to side. Okay, just kind of work that lump out and just spend about 30 seconds to 60 seconds on that area in particular. In total, I'm looking for anywhere from 10 to 15 rolls up and down. Just make sure that you're moving slowly so we kind of tell the muscles to turn off and relax. All right? Now our next area that we're looking at is the front of our legs. All right? So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to take the roller here, just kind of roll up and down. I'm just kind of using my body to help to push me up and down here. And if this is a little bit kind of difficult in the beginning, you can also just put the roller in both legs and roll up and down like that. All right, again, I'm looking for 10 to 15 rolls, just kind of stopping down on the areas that hurt in particular, and just kind of rocking back and forth, just putting pressure on those areas to help work out some of those spots of tension. Now our next place that we're going to look at, okay, is the side of our butt cheek. Okay, what we're going to use for that is a tennis ball. So I'm going to take the ball here, put it in my butt, find the spot that hurts most, and attempt to cross my leg over here. All right, once I get into that area, I just want to spend about, again, 30 to 60 seconds, just letting that area depress, move to the next area of tightness or pain, let it depress, and so on. Again, spending about maybe 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Now, if you find that it's excruciating in the beginning, we can also use the foam roller for that. It's a little less strenuous, so I'm just going to find that area again, cross my leg over, and just roll up and down. Again, spending around 30 to 60 seconds, or 10 to 15 very slow rolls in that position. All right, now our next area that we're looking at is going to be our armpit and our upper back. All right, with the armpit, again, I'm just going to kind of sprawl over this thing, get this on my rib cage here, and just roll up and down. You'll hit 1 or 2 bumpy areas that really hurt a lot. Okay, when you find those areas, again, just like the leg, I want to just get in there, roll back and forth, and just try to release the tension of that area in particular. Everybody has their spot, so this is one of mine. You know, work your spots, kind of figure out where this exists for you. Again, 10 to 15 rolls in each position there, and we're going to finish up with our upper back. Okay, with the upper back, we're going to start right at about the broad line, or what we call the beginning of the thoracic spine. I'm going to put my hands behind my head, arch down, and just maintaining this nice arch. I'm just going to roll slowly up and down 15 times. You'll hear some cracking and popping, and that's okay. Those are just, you know, areas of our body releasing there. And with certain areas in particular, you can also just kind of spend a little bit of time just kind of molding over the roller, just kind of doing extensions. That'll help to kind of undo some of the desk posture we get throughout the day and ensure that, you know, if you're doing crutches, God forbid, you're going to the right place. Now, so that's the first portion of our mobility routine, the foam roller portion. What we're looking at next is going to be our mobility drills. So we did foam rolling, now we're doing mobility. Our first exercise is going to be a side leg clam. Okay, with the side leg clam, I'm looking for anywhere from 12 to 15 reps. You're just going to line your side, open the hip up. Think about just holding the top and coming back down. All right, this seems like a pretty easy move, but oftentimes when people do this, they'll kind of use their pelvis to substitute. Like the whole body will move. And what we're looking to do is just isolate this lower portion here. So knees are tucked in, just moving from this lower area, just up and down. What I also like to do is put my hand on the side of my butt cheek here to make sure that this muscle, the muscle on the side of the hip, is working and kind of is doing the work, which is what we're looking for here. So open it up as much as you can without the pelvis rotating forward or backwards, and come back down. All right? For our next exercise, we have what's called Spider-Man. For Spider-Man, I'm just going to come into a push-up position, bring one foot way out to the side here, get my back foot off the ground, just try to bring the elbow to the ground, hold for 1 to 2 seconds, and come back up. Now initially that can be difficult. The goal ultimately would be to get the elbow to the ground. If you find that that's hard on your body, you can keep the knee down, and that'll just make it a little bit easier. Okay, so again, you might want to progress from this area where my knee's on the ground up to, the full version. For our last exercise here, we have a wall slide. Okay, with the wall slide, what I'm going to do is just start with my back on the floor, actually, because this is what we call a floor slide. Thinking about pressing my back in the ground, getting my abs tight, sliding up, holding, and coming back down. You're going to feel a nice stretch in your chest at the top, thinking about pushing my shoulder blades apart at the top, and pulling them together as I come down. I should be able to keep my back pressed to the ground the whole time. All right, and if you can't, that means that you just want to come up as high as you can without arching and without kind of shrugging your shoulders. All right, now once that's fairly easy, we can actually move to a wall. All right, so I'm going to just move up onto a wall here. Once again, start with my feet fairly out. Head against the wall, back against the wall, slide up, hold, come down. And again, this is now much harder for me because I'm fighting gravity. So as you get better at that, you'll be able to get your arms farther off the wall, but only go as far as you can without shrugging your shoulders, right? So that's that would be our third exercise, right? And that's our mobility portion. You have 2-3 sets at 12 reps, there are 12 to 15 reps of each one, and we finish with our stretches, all right? Now our first stretch is called the couch pose. Okay, with the couch pose, this is a progressive stretch because what we can do is move from the floor where I start here, right, I'm just going to lean forward until I feel a stretch in the down leg. Okay, and this is going to be fairly easy for most people. Again, you should feel this in the front of the quad, front of the thigh, versus anywhere else, and just twist in slightly. From here, I can move to putting my back foot on a chair, okay, which looks like this. Again, back foot starts on a chair, lean forward till you'll feel a good stretch here, and just hold. Okay, I'm also thinking about tightening the butt cheek of my back leg. Now, lastly, the hardest one, the one that is just excruciatingly painful but very beneficial, would be to put the back foot on the wall, okay, to do the same thing. An easy way to get in this is just start on all fours, put one foot up, bring the other foot forward, kind of like a Spider-Man, straighten your body up. My next exercise would be a pigeon pose. So pigeon pose, start on all fours, cross one foot in front, put my hand on my foot, extend my back leg back, and hold in this position. From here, I'm going to feel a stretch in my butt cheek, okay, up the front leg. All right, if you find that you can't stand the ground or it's too much, a beginner stretch for that would be just crossing one leg over the other. I think everybody, enjoys this. And just put your leg to your chest. Okay, once again, you're going to feel a stretch here in this leg. You can push down in your knee to intensify that stretch. And we're just going to hold for 60 seconds. My last stretch is going to be what is called a lat stretch. Okay, and I'll give you two options for this. Number one, we have a prayer pose, just where you're holding the front. Just think about sitting back on your heels. You can do this one-armed as well. Or if you have access to a door or a bed of some kind, you can also do just the same band stretch, where I'm here, holding, and I come back. All right, so again, 60 seconds in each position with our stretches. And what I want you to think about doing there is just taking deep breaths, all right? Breathing through your belly breathing, as we talked about in our program. That's going to allow you to kind of tell your muscles to turn off, to relax, and to get the proper effect from our recovery routine.